That actually is not a bad sized bluegill.
It's gonna be a little bit flaky and some parts are not, I can tell.
Welcome back to another episode. I am I'm in the mood for a catch and cook today, and my thirst is for bluegill. We're going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing a different recipe that you guys may actually enjoy, and I'm thinking more of a Cajun style, something a little more spicy. And we're going to see if I'd like to get about 5 or 6, and then once we get those caught, we'll clean them up and get them ready for the skillet. We're kind of going old school to catch these bluegill. Doing hook, sinker, the old skinny boober on just my little ultralight bail caster, and I'm not going very far for these fish. I just want, I don't know, like I said, 5 or 6, maybe 7 of them. Kind of looking forward to lunch now that I'm thinking about all this. But we've got Sierra behind the camera, so you may see her from time to time. Throw the GoPro on and alrighty, bluegill straight off the dock. Nope, it's on top, but no. Let's throw that guy right next to the dock. We're gonna throw this guy a little bit further away from the dock. The water is incredibly warm. Oh yeah, it's, the water's, you know, Sierra's wondering, well, how warm is it? It's probably 85 degrees right at the surface, every bit at 85 degrees. If I really wanted to, I really should stretch out my bobber to hook to go a lot deeper, but we'll see what happens right next to the docks here first. So I've got bobber there, I got a bobber there right next to the docks. So, you know what, the heck with it. We'll see what happens. We'll give it a few minutes, and if we catch something, we'll let you know. All right, so what, I throw this on the bottom, it's there for 20 seconds, and oh, rip, it's a drum. All right, well, there's the first fish anyway. So I throw this on the bottom for 20, I don't know, not even 20 seconds, and we get this guy. I wouldn't, I wouldn't catch and cook this guy. I understand they're a little bony, maybe cut bait. Nah, well, yeah, I'll save him for cut bait for catfishing. So that's what I'm gonna do with this guy. So see if I can lip him. Can I lip him? Oh, look at the big old sucker mouth. So we're gonna save this guy for cut bait. We'll keep him alive as long as possible. Throw him in there. Watch him freak out. So there's one on the board. At least we didn't get skunked this time. I was hoping for a bluegill or a crappie, especially I was on the bottom. I took the bobber off and went to the bottom. I was hoping for like a bluegill or a crappie to be sitting down there just trying to stay cool. And there. All right.
Look at me go. I just set it in there.
All right, lift it up here. Come here. Bring me that little guy.
That's all I did. All I did was set it.
Little munchkin. Check this little munchkin out.
You think I could get something? No.
I did say I didn't think you were going to get anything. All right. Well, there is. Come here, you little mouther. So Sierra's got me beat on this one, so I'm being outfished by my kid.
Oh wait, is that a bluegill?
It is a bluegill. I cannot, for some reason, get the hook out of his mouth. All right, well, there's a nugget. So we're still going to catch and cook this guy. So in the bucket it goes. So there's one. I couldn't catch it. She can. That's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, I'll fix your worm here. Crazy kid. Hey, that is a definite keeper bluegill. That's a nice bluegill.
That's the one that took me under that log.
Yeah, it probably was the one that took you underneath the log. All right, well, there we go.
So weird. It just feels weird.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so that's a better bluegill. That is a keeper, and that will make a good meal. Holy cow. All right, well, I'm sorry I didn't catch that on camera, but Sierra's out here killing the bluegill game right now. So I'm going to put her on bluegill patrol. That is another good bluegill. That will keep and clean. So she's killing it, guys. I mean, look, you guys can't see that very good. Sorry. That's actually a good bluegill.
Sitting there.
There we go. So again, Sierra killing the bluegill game. She's on bluegill patrol. Yeah, that's a nice one too. I only need about 6 or 7 more of these. Ouch. Oh. Ah, spines. Lots. Watch out. All right, dude, he's on a mission. I don't know where he's going. Where are you doing? Are you done?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, goodness gracious. Look at that. This guy's actually been, he got mauled. He got munched by something right there. He's got a mouth, good bite there, and one on the opposite side too. So he got mouthed somehow. In the bucket you go. All right, well, we're back at the house. What do we got? Let's take a look. Ah, some nasty water. What do we end up with? 3 bluegill? Three bluegill that can be clean. All right. I'll let the water out for a minute. And a drum. I got plans for the drum. All right, my wife's gonna kill me. Hey, don't tell Marty. Don't tell Marcy that I made a mess. Anyway, this little guy, I have other plans. We're gonna take this little guy. Come on. What I have here is, there's a crawdad. He's getting ready to shed his exoskeleton again. I got some minnows, and this little guy, I think, is gonna fit in pretty well in there. I've also got another. Now it's another little bluegill. He's about 2.5 inches long. So sometimes I keep the smaller ones for a little while. I might use them for bait later, but I thought you guys might like to see that. Yeah, it's just something I started doing early this season, and I put some small rock bass in there, and I thought they were kind of cool, but yeah, we'll keep them around for a little bit until it's time for some catfishing. All right, so we've got 3 good-sized bluegill and this drum. This drum, I'm gonna use as, I'm gonna cut him up for cut bait, and I'll put that in the freezer. I think he's a little big for my tank. I don't think it'll go very well if he's in my tank. He'll probably try to jump out. So I'll cut him up into cut bait size and use him for some catfishing this weekend. Hopefully, when I go to do the first fish challenge, because I know I said earlier I was probably going to do that. I'm not going to. I'm not on this video. That'll be on the next video, so stay tuned for that. So first fish, catch, clean, cook coming up. But that's not going to be this one. This one, we're going to make some Cajun style bluegill. And so we're going to put all that together. So stick around, and I'm going to go ahead and get these guys cleaned up. I'll show you how I do that. All right, clean the bluegill. I start right behind the gill plate. I'll run a line kind of at a semicircle. We'll give this guy a bit of a cut here. Ooh, that's a sharp knife. So we're going to go ahead and cut that guy right down through here. And I will take and go just above the spine and just run that right down along the spine line. I'm sure you guys can find these on YouTube a lot of different ways. This is just the way that I do it, and I'm pretty happy with how it goes. Now I find the rib cage, and I'll clean right along the rib cage, pulling that meat up as I go, keeping your thumb out of the way so you don't cut yourself. And once you get to the rib cage, you're going to kind of divert that out just a little bit. I know a lot of people will leave that on there, but I'm actually okay with not, because what I'm looking for is the largest section of the fillet. There's not a lot of meat about halfway down here, but I'm going to go ahead and run that right along here, getting as much of this meat as I can get. I tried to get away from that bloodline. It didn't work out. I'll go ahead and clean up the cut here. I'll actually take and flip the fish over and flex that knife out, run that right along the skin, and it flips out that nice little nugget that we're looking for right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll continue. I have the 3 other fish. I'm going to go ahead and continue out, and I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, we are going to begin our, it's been a number of hours, sorry. I had to take care of some other things, run some errands, but it's now pushing 5 o'clock and I'm ready to eat. So we're going to start by browning our rice. So I am going to turn on my burner to a good medium heat.
And I'm going to bring that up to heat with a little bit of oil in tow. That was probably just a touch much, but we're going to get that moved around a little bit. And this is just a regular white rice, standard husk. And I'm going to throw that in there with the oil. I'm going to brown it up just a little bit. So this is going to be more like a Mexican style rice, if I haven't said that already. And then I am going to, while this is browning, I'm going to get the bluegill ready. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that in just a second. We got our rice. I'm going to add in a pretty liberal amount of rice here. This stuff, if you haven't had Mexican style rice, homemade Mexican style rice, this stuff holds extremely well. You can put it in the refrigerator, you can have it with another meal, and overall, the way I'm going to make it, it's delicious. So keep track. That's probably more than enough, actually. By the time we get done, that'll be, you can probably do 2 meals with that amount. And clearly, we don't have 2 meals worth. All right, the thing that you want to make sure that you're doing when you're making this kind of rice is do not let it burn. Don't walk away from it. Pay attention to it. When the temperature gets up and it starts browning the rice, get those mixed in and try to get as much of the rice as you want to be browned up. And then as soon as that's right where you want it, you're going to take it over, you're going to add water, and you're going to get it on there to start to boil and get the rice to begin expanding like it normally would. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the tin foil out for the next part of course, the premium part, the part that we're all looking for. How am I gonna cook the bluegill? I'm getting the tin foil out and it's gonna go on the grill. So the reason for the tin foil is, of course, I can cook it all at once with all the seasonings and all the flavorings I want. But first, this rice is really coming along pretty well. It's browned up about the way I want it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can start seeing the browning. It's starting to brown really well in certain spots. And that's, for me, that's about the way I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the water now. I'm going to get that on there, and we may have to add a little bit more water here in just a few minutes. But while this is starting to think about things, I'm also going to grab the small amount of onions and tomatoes that I like in there, and this is really just for flavor. Get those mixed in there really well. And I'm not too proud to say I'm not perfect when it comes to these measurements. I kind of go by feel, but my wife is way better at this, so I may actually wait for her for just a moment to measure out how much of our nor tomate and nor polo. So it's tomato and chicken, if you guys don't know Spanish. So it's a bouillon, chicken flavored bouillon. Tomato bouillon with chicken flavor as well. I try to get pretty close, but I usually overdo it. Hopefully I don't this time. So I'm going with a single of the chicken bouillon. And I will go with about a, and these are teaspoons, a heaping teaspoon and maybe a half of our tomato bouillon. All right, now for the bluegill, you have to have your beverage of choice. Of course, this is just my beverage choice. All right, so I'm going to take my nice little bluegill nuggets. Now, I've had these in cold water in the refrigerator to chill them. They're really good, solid pieces now. So I'll be able to get them on here. Those are nice nuggets. Those, I mean, this is, I didn't do the greatest job when I chunk these up, but they're not horrible. They're good sized chunks, and they're gonna cook up really well. So now I've got Might have been able to get away with a little bit more tin foil, but I think I'm going to squeeze these all together here the best I can. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add some butter. Put that right there off to the side. And of course our seasonings. Now I'm going with a simple garlic powder, cookies flavor enhancer, and the Cajun spice, the Slap Your Mama. You can pick it up anywhere. Well, I guess almost anywhere. I got mine at Walmart in the spice aisle. So that's going to give us our Cajun kick. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of garlic salt. I do like garlic on my fish, but I'm not going to try to kill it this time. Some cookies flavor enhancer. Get that doused on there really well. And now, for the main course, some Slap Your Mama. Actually, it looks like I need to shake that up just a little bit. It might have settled out on itself. A little bit of Slap Your Mama. There it is. I'm going to go heavy with the Slap Your Mama. The Cajun spice here. And as these cook and simmer, I'm going to make sure that while the butter is doing what it needs to, it's going to pick up some of that seasoning, move it around on, and spread it across the rest of the fish as well. Last but not least, if you guys are fans of lemon, add lemon. I'm usually not, but the last time I had it with lemon, it was pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. I'm going to go liberally there. And we'll pick those seeds out of there. I don't like those. Those don't taste as good as the rest of it. So there's that. And just because the coating kind of went away, I'll just add just a touch more of the Slap Your Mama. A little bit more butter. As I kind of look at that, I realize it's going to dry out. We'll go with one more scoop right there. Fold her that way. Fold it that way. Get her overlapped really well. Fold itself over and over again. Now, I'm not locking this down. I do want this to kind of steam on its own. I do want some of the steam to vent. I don't want it to absolutely mush the fish. And by the time it's all said and done, I do want the butter to be able to start to crisp it slightly on the bottom. Now, if you want it more crispy than that, and you like a crispy fish, you can always leave the skin on. I don't prefer that. I mean, we can do that. We can pick the meat right off, but maybe that's for a different video, for a different fish. So if you guys are enjoying this, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Hit a thumbs up for the grill and the bluegill. Let's check on this rice. All right, this rice is looking really good. I do need some more water in here, so these have not expanded the way they should yet. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water. You get it right back on the heat. And bring that back up to a boil. All right. We have not even taken the cover off the grill. I'm not prepared. Not prepared. Be prepared. All right. We're going to fire this bad boy up. And while it comes up to heat, I am actually going to get this put on the grill right away. And while it comes up to heat, it's already going to be working. I'm also the skillet out here to cook alongside the fish, so I can kind of keep an eye on both. All right, so we're bringing this outside, put right back on the heat right here, so I can keep a good eye on it while I keep an eye on this fish. Really, this fish, I'm only going to cook this fish for maybe 10 minutes total, and that should complete it. Those pieces are thin enough. So you guys tell me what you think. We've got the Mexican rice, doing Cajun style bluegill, which is grilled. Leave a comment down below. What's your favorite way to cook bluegill? I'm trying this one. And I hope it works for you. This smells, by the way, delicious. I'd be surprised if the neighbors don't come check it out. All right, grilled Cajun style bluegill. Sorry, it's really bright, so I'm gonna keep the old optics on here. But I'm gonna dive right in. I love the Mexican rice. That is good. Oh my God. Yeah. A little bit of butter on the plate too. But now it's time for that. Look at that. That bluegill is just wonderful. It's gonna be a little bit flaky, and some parts are not. I can tell. Let's dive right into this guy right here. Oh, look at that! It's just falling right apart. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. I brought the Franks out. It doesn't need it at all. Oh, that's good. Yes. Wow. That's fantastic. That is worth it. Oh my gosh. Never had it that way, but I guarantee I'm gonna do it again this way. This is, wow, this is really good. So, guys, stick around. I've got one more announcement for you. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kick off that announcement. So stay tuned. We do have a giveaway that I'm about to announce. All right. Well, I'll tell you this. It didn't take me long to finish that. I brought that Franks out thinking I might need it. Did not. But, all right. Now that we're done with that, we're creeping up on 200 subs right now. 200 subscribers. You guys have absolutely killed it. The support from the community has been spot on and amazing. In this box, I've got a few items. Not a lot, but I've got a few items that when we hit 200 subs, 200 subscribers, we're going to do a drawing. We're going to go live. I'd prefer to go live as we hit 200, but we don't know when that's going to happen. So we're going to go live after we hit 200, and I'm going to do a drawing. White Whoper Plopper. Nice. Some Zoom tube baits. Actually, this is a Z-craw. So this is a craw bait. This is a frog trailer. What they say that? Rage tail? Rage toad. Dude, I have some of these in my tackle. You run that as a trailer, that is killer. With those, we're also going to be given some Mustangs 3/0. Alright, so these are 3/0 extra wide gaps. You guys have been so amazing with the support. I thank you very much. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button. And hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I put up a video. This is amazing. I do have one surprise piece that's going to be going with this as well. So I'm not going to show that right now. But at 200 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. I thank you so much for all your support. And until next time, see you later. Are you still here? I'm still eating this rice. So good.